So then she says that calling every 5 minutes is harassment. It is harassment. Is it? Is it harassment to miss someone so much that you just want to hear her voice, even if it's over the phone, every waking second of the day? Yes. Oh. Well, what about... So is emailing her every 5 minutes or sending her multiple letters through snail mail. Okay, so what about... All social media, Jason. There's this nice patch of dirt just behind some bushes near her apartment that I could just sit there and watch her from... Dude, I'm not handling this breakup well, am I? You're out of practice. Don't worry, you'll get over this breakup eventually and start dating, and plenty of women will break up with you, and pretty soon getting dumped will be old hat. That was both supportive and depressing. Thanks. When we're done here, you and me will go do what all best friends do after a harsh breakup. Play D&D? No. We'll go to Knuckles' bar and have a beer. I don't know if I'm in the mood for a bar on St. Patrick's Day. Come on, it's Knuckles on St. Patrick's Day. You love drinking green beer and laughing at the drunks in that dive. It's just not the same if I go home to an empty, dark apartment. The trick is not to go home. Come on, for the first time that we met, I will finally get to be your wingman. I'm not ready! Hey, Christian Grey. How's No Sex and the Single Dude doing? Is he still weeping great big stupid tears over his lost lady love? I'm right here. No offense, but since last week, I have no idea what your mood's gonna be. 1 minute you're a blubbery mess, and the next you're yelling at me. I always yell at you. True, but this week when you yell at me, you call me by your ex-girlfriend's name. Sorry. Hey, guys! Hey. Hey, AJ. Afternoon, Captain Weirdo. So, who wants to ask? I asked last time. I don't want to know. Great, so you're gonna make me ask why InfoWars over there is dressed like a kindergarten haunted house ghost. Oh, you guys noticed the sheet, huh? Sheet? What sheet? Let me guess. You are the founding member of the Muslim Ku Klux Klan. Nope, it's protection! Protection from what? Yeah, what is it this time? The Illuminati? The 4-H Club? The Bilderberg Group? Oh, I know. Robotic cans of tuna fish. Thankfully, all those groups have been quiet this week. I'm protecting myself from the scariest, ickiest, most deadly thing in the world! Breitbart? No, Daddy Longlegs spiders! So, you dressed like a ghost to scare them away? No, to keep them from getting on me! Yesterday, when I was leaving the garage, I'm pretty sure I saw one out of the corner of my eye! So now you're convinced that the garage is crawling with them? Yeah! Oh, sure you can't see them now. That's because they're lying in wait, and when you least expect it, they will leap out and do awful things! Like what? Tell boring stories and eat all the pound cake? No, like get on your skin and maybe walk all over your face! Ah, what was that? I had no idea you had a fear of spiders, AJ. Not spiders, Daddy Longlegs! I hate them. This afternoon, I'm gonna demand that Jason with a D fumigate this entire neighborhood so that we can all be safe! But Daddy Longlegs are harmless. Sure, they look like long-legged little nightmares, but they don't have any interest in you. And I've never seen one in this garage, you paranoid sissy. Don't call him a sissy, Fundy. But look at him! He's at Pants Wedding DEFCON 1, and for what? Because he maybe saw a tiny bug that might get on him? We all have irrational fears, Fundy. Don't judge. I don't have irrational fears. All of my fears are completely rational. So when you said you were afraid that a nationwide $15 minimum wage would lead to the destruction of the planet, that was rational. I didn't say that would lead to the destruction of the planet. I said it would lead to the destruction of the planet and probably the moon. This dork is afraid of a little tiny insignificant bug.
A little bug that can bite me and inject its venom into my skin!
AJ, daddy long legs aren't dangerous. I know that they're small and can look really creepy, but they're harmless. Why, I bet you could be covered in them from head to foot and nothing would happen. You could have your pockets full of the crawly little monsters and nothing would happen. I could lay you naked in a bathtub and pour bucket after bucket of the wriggly little beasts, and they would crawl into every nook and cranny of your body, and nothing would happen.
You aren't helping! Oh, they're on me! They're on me!
Jason, you can't reason away something like this. Especially like that.
Yeah, because them people who are afraid of stupid things are crazy.
No, they're not. Besides, this seems more like a phobia than just an irrational fear.
What's the difference? Scared is scared. Well, a phobia is something that a person will restructure their life to avoid. Sometimes just thinking about the thing that scares them can send them into a panic. So putting a sheet over your body and screaming in fear at nothing qualifies.
Guys, seriously, I want to start meeting in a hermetically sealed, windowless, cornerless, completely lit white room. Now!
So, when does he get over this?
It's not something you get over. There are medications that can calm the symptoms, and there are things like exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy? Now we're talking. You guys hold AJ down and I'll go find some daddy long legs. Exposure therapy from a trained mental health professional, not some purple sadist.
Guys, I really gotta go, and I may never be back. I'm gonna seal my room with duct tape. Enjoy your lives. I hope you find happiness with someone new, Jason.
Thanks, but can you at least help close the show out one more time?
I guess. What do you guys think?
What's the difference between a phobia and an irrational fear?
Are there things that you're afraid of that you know you shouldn't be?
And who should we get to replace AJ? I vote for Christian right-wing homo boy toy, Milo. We aren't replacing AJ.
Well, what are we gonna do? Because, look at him.
Okay, I'm under control, but I'm certain that one of them has gotten under this sheet and is getting ready to bite my tender flesh. I am totally fine with that, just so long as one of you, please, douse me with kerosene and set me on fire!
AJ, calm down. I promise you that there is nothing to be afraid of.
But they're everywhere!
Well, not here in Opinion-Ville. You've never heard of Saint Bubblicious?
No! Is he the patron saint of cheap bubblegum?
No, Saint Bubblicious supposedly came to Opinion County when it was being settled and drove all the daddy longlegs out of town and into Skanksburg. That's why Skanksburg stinks.
I thought Skanksburg stinks because of the 3 sausage casing factories they have.
Just go with me on this one, Gary. According to legend, Saint Bubblicious took his, holy hockey stick and drove them all away. I've never heard of no Saint Bubblicious.
He's obscure.
So obscure that it could seem like I'm making him up to calm down one of my friends. You don't even believe in saints. No, but just like my not believing in St. Patrick won't stop me from drinking until I black out tonight, my not believing in St. Bubblicious doesn't negate the fact that daddy long-legged spiders don't live in Opinion-Ville.
But I've seen them!
Oh, those aren't daddy longlegs. They're,
lesser spindle-legged land crabs. What the fudge are you guys doing? Play along or I will gut you. I ain't gonna lie, AJ, there's no such thing as spindle-dindle crabs or whatever.
They're rare and a protected species.
They are?
Yeah, in fact, scientists believe that the lesser spindle-legged land crabs ate the daddy longlegs that used to infest this area thousands of years ago, and that's why there are no daddy longlegs around. Don't listen to them. Them things aren't crabs. They can't be crabs. They're all the daddiest of daddy longlegs.
I don't know. Why haven't I heard about these land crabs before, guys? I've lived here my whole life.
They are not crabs. Let's just say that there are some people who would rather that the truth about land crabs be suppressed.
We really shouldn't be talking about it, if you catch my drift.
You mean there's a conspiracy theory about them?
No, there is no conspiracy about crabs! Well, I don't know if you'd call a massive government cover-up about the spindle-legged land crab and the pesticide industry a conspiracy per se. I mean, why would an industry that sells harmful chemicals to kill bugs want to prevent the general population to know about a harmless crab that can rid the world of dangerous pests?
I'll tell you who! Raid, that's who! Well, I won't rest until every man, woman, and child knows about these noble land crabs! I'm off to the computer! Wait till the conspiracy ports hear about this one!
What did you do? Crabs? Crabs? Yeah, crabs. It calmed him down. But it's crabs!
What's wrong with you?
Crabs are the monsters of the sea! Do you have a phobia about crabs? It's not a phobia. It's a totally rational fear of crabs coming up through your toilet or bathtub drain and using their pinchers to snip your wiener off. Oh, sure, it's common knowledge. Crabs love to snip wieners.
I hear that crab attack is the #1 cause of penis loss.
I knew it. And my therapist told me I was being irrational when I told him that I shout at the toilet bowl to scare away crabs before I have a pooper. That's why I pour plaster of Paris into my drain to keep those gross wiener-pinching crabs away from my peen. What a great idea. I've got to get to the hardware store and then get home before they go after Lupito and Raul's tender flesh. Ah! Don't forget to get all the drains.
Are we evil?
Only when it's funny.
Want to get a beer?
Fuck it.
Hello, it's me again, and today we're going to find out the real reason as to why we get pissed drunk on St. Patrick's Day. A long time ago, there were 3 brothers, St. Valentine, St. Nicholas, and St. Patrick, and this family was all in the holiday business. St. Valentine had Valentine's Day. St. Nicholas had, you guessed it, Christmas, and St. Patrick had St. Patrick's Day. But around St. Patrick's Day, he would always be harassed by his brothers. St. Valentine would say, well, you know, I was stoned to death for marrying people. I deserve a holiday. And St. Nicholas, he was no better. He'd say, well, you know, I bring toys to all the children in the world at one night. I deserve a holiday too. What have you done? All you did was kill a snake, and you get your own holiday? That's ridiculous. And then they would both laugh at him, and he would walk out, and he would go to a bar. And at that bar, because they knew it was his favorite color, they'd dye the beer green. And St. Patrick would get pissed drunk and sing, and then the next day wake up someplace and he didn't know where he was. And so that's why on St. Patrick's Day everyone gets pissed drunk, because our relatives are assholes. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Hello, my fellow Opinion Villagers. Today is March 17th, 2017, and it's St. Patrick's Day, National Day of Action Against Bullying and Violence, and National Irish Coffee Day. Famous dead people celebrating their birthdays today are professional man grappler Andrew Martin and music grappler Nat King Cole. And now on to your questions. First up, Reasonable Rabbit asks, intimate question for Vermont. You want to come over for cards? We're having a Hold'em night next week. Low buy-in, BYOB, and veggie pizza being liberated from the takeout place. Interested? I don't know. The last time I tried gambling with animals, it was strip poker with a colony of naked mole rats. It took me 3 hours to realize they didn't have anything to ante. The St. Clair family asks, okay, intimate question for Mr. Fuzzy Britches. I do not like marshmallow snack peeps, but I love marshmallowy treats like Rice Krispie treats. I have even tried microwaving the peeps versus the Rice Krispies, and I still like the Rice Krispies better, and I like warm Reese's Fast Breck candy bars after they've sat on the dash of the truck all day and getting rather melty, and I can lick the wrapper for several hours as the rest of the chocolate smears all over the place. But I really don't like candy with coconuts that dried and shaved coconut. I think it's awful and should never have been put in or on anything. I'm a functioning illiterate, and I even know that just because you put a question mark at the end of a sentence doesn't make a question. You just wanted to talk about candy and get me all hypers about candy. Well, I'll show you. I'm going to think about something else instead of all the delicious marshmallows and candies that you just talked about. Like, I know, I'll think about a turtle. Covered in marshmallows, dripping with chocolate sauce. Oh my god, I gotta go eat me a turtle! Practical Magic 9 asks, meet Jason, Picard or Kirk? I think I've already answered this, like, a million times, but I'll answer it again. Kirk as like a best friend, and Picard as like a dad friend. Xgaia 2000 asks, intimate question for Oswald. What's the biggest thing you ever had to lift, and why? The biggest thing I ever had to lift was my butt off the couch after a 19-hour My Little Pony marathon. My mom said that if I didn't stop watching ponies and eating brown sugar out of the box, she was just going to take her car keys and go live in another house without telling me where. Again. John Yorson asks, intimate question for Puppet Jason. Who would win in a fight, Worf or Oswald? Oswald. I've seen Oswald beat up continents. Blackie Comics asks, intimate question for AJ. Are there any dangerous conspiracy theories about Disney World that I need to know? Because I'm going in 2 weeks and I want to prepare.
I can't give you all the details, so I'll just give you a quick list to keep you safe while visiting the deadliest place on Earth. Don't drink, or eat, or smell anything. Anything. Don't do those things while you're at the park. Wear lead-lined socks, underwear, and glasses. Since you can't bring a weapon into the park, once you're inside, buy a plastic pirate sword and sharpen it on the ground and keep it at the ready. If you see more than 3 park characters in less than 2 minutes, it means they're onto you. Mickey ears are shaped that way to pick up radio transmissions, so don't buy them. And if worst comes to worst, the safest place to hide is in the It's a Small World ride. No, seriously. The ride is so awful, even evil people won't go in it.
Intimate question, Professor Dunderhead. How badly was the time-space continuum altered, and what effect has it had on the lines of time the time machine could change if the time machine could change time now?
All things considered, it could have been worse. The only major time continuity change was the loss of the on-demand oral sex. Yep, the original timeline had free, on-demand, 24/7 oral sex provided by the most attractive oral artists you've ever seen. Aren't you glad you asked? Imagine how bad you would feel if you found out that everyone got a free dragon that pooped gold.
Intimate question for AJ. Is there a global conspiracy to put the manufacturers of Kool-Aid out of business? Because people are always telling me and my other conspiracy-minded friends to stop drinking the Kool-Aid.
None that I know of. You should just stop drinking the Kool-Aid because it's a drink for 5-year-olds.
Axel Lee Crow asks, intimate question, Puppet Jason. How do you feel about Vampire Hipster? Love or hate them? I have no idea what you're talking about. I am not a vampire nerd. Stop writing in all caps. Microbloganism asks, intimate question for Gary. If you guys hang out at the garage every day, then why do we only get 1 episode a week?
Oh, that one's easy, Microbloganism. We only make 1 episode a week because of you. You told us in a private email that more than 1 episode a week was, quote, overkill, and that if we didn't limit ourselves to one video a week, you would report us to your friends in the Trump administration and have us all deported. You also said that if we produced more than one video a week, that the audience that we have wasn't worth the time or effort. That wasn't our words, that was yours, microbloganism. So if any of you guys watching this want to complain about anything in regards to the show, and I do mean anything, be sure to direct them all at microbloganism. Bet you're glad you asked now, huh?
Well, that's it this time around. Remember, if you have a question you want to ask Intimate Questions, leave it down below in the comment section. Until next time, my crafty little Krell, this has been Jason with a D. Hey everybody, it's me, Mario!
Oswald, did you play a video game?
And that's Luigi. Quick, let's go find the princess, and I swear if she isn't in that castle, I'm gonna kill everybody in the Mushroom Kingdom!
Oswald, your mom won't let you have a video game console because
Because they go too far. Now let's jump the guts out of some of them turtle guys. I know where some of them turtle guys are. They're at the pet store. Let's grab some turtles and jump their guts out all over the place.
Oswald, calm down. You remember what happened after the last time you played Sonic the Hedgehog?
I found it out that the only thing inside of robots are not cute animals, just robot guts.
Let's do the shout-outs. Gremlin the Third.
The third what? The third baseman? For, Baseball Ball? Did Baseball Ball finally let you people play?
You people?
Yeah, Gremlin Americans.
Mask.
Oh, Namie, this dude or dudette or whatever lost some letters out of their name. Quick, look on the ground for them.
They aren't on the floor, Oswald.
Well, you never know if you don't look.
The name is spelled M-A-V-C. There are no missing letters.
And what's this then?
I think it's old SpaghettiOs from that time you put a can of them in the microwave.
It exploded really good.
Tristock.
Hey, Namie, I can't think of any funny goof-em-ups for this Tristock name.
Maybe make a joke about Woodstock.
What's Woodstock?
It was a music festival in the 1960s.
Was it funny?
Depends on who you ask.
This is why I'm the funny cute one. Anyways, can we all be done? I want to go back to playing Super Mario, I want to go home and do my chores.
Alright, Oswald, where are you playing video games?
I'll tell you, but only if you promise not to tell moms.
I'll promise to think about it.
Close enough. So last night I see through a living room window these kids playing this old Nintendo, and I get so excited that I break the door down and I say, "Hey stupid kids, get in the basement, this Nintendo is mine." And they screamed and they ran into the basement, which means that they wanted me to have it. So I took the Nintendo and the TV and a cake that was on the kitchen table and their adorable dog, who I have named Ninny Ninny, my cartoon pal, and all that stuff is in my room now.
This is why I have your mom's number on speed dial.
Oh, Trudeau here, and I'm here to read some of your suggestions. Dueling Shade says, instead of watching YouTube, I could have done the homework that's been piling up over a week. I could have also just taken a nap. That would be pretty nice too. Oh yes, nap away, Dueling Shade. That way you'll be wide awake when you fail your class. Firefly4F4 says, I have a suggestion. Each year, everyone should go see at least one movie that is truly terrible. That way, if you happen to ever see a movie that's merely disappointed, you'll be able to say, well, at least it was better than Suicide Squad. Did you know that film won an Oscar? Sure, it was for makeup, but it was nominated against Star Trek Beyond. DC fanboys can now say that piece of shit Suicide Squad has won an Oscar. Oh, and it gives the DCEU an award before the MCU. How is life so unfair? See how much easier it now becomes to watch Ghostbusters 2016? So, let me get this straight. Your suggestion is that we give the studios our money for lousy product, so that we can say that at least the other lousy products produced by the movie industry were not as bad. That's like watching curling, so you can tell people, well, at least badminton isn't as boring as curling, and curling is freaking boring. See, we happen to know that not only does Firefly enjoy the sport of curling, but he also plays it. It's kind of an inside joke kind of thing. Curling sucks. Robert Parsons says, instead of killing brain cells watching these monsters, I could have been boning up on my Overwatch skills. I will have revenge, Trudeau, you skill-shot bugger. Many have tried and many have died, Robert, but please, I encourage you to spend hour after hour honing your Overwatch skills. Skip work. Ignore friends and family. Pour every last drop of energy you have into getting good enough to challenge me. No, please. Seriously, do it. I am so tired of killing noobs. There's no challenge left in my life. I'm like Alexander of Macedon, weeping salt tears, for there are no worlds left to conquer. At least, until Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out.
Hey everybody, it's me, Oswald, here with The Show Is All Over, You Could Go Do Something Else part of this show, where I tell you to go listen to podcasts that none of you go listen to, and every time some of you guys don't listen to them, that big guy over there starts to cry. He cries on the floor, and I say, time to get up and give me some peanut butter, and he's like, I'm too busy crying because no one's listening to the podcast over at Lemme Listen. They don't go to the website that's linked down there, they don't listen to the podcasts that are linked down there. No one ever does it. Oh sure, some great people do, and those great people live forever in my heart. Special heart people that I keep in there, and I'm not going to say their names, but they know who they are, I'm pretty sure, because I wrote them all letters. I wrote them in crayon on butcher paper, and then I just stuffed them right into the mailbox. The mailman told me that I had to put them in envelopes and put a stamp on them and like an address, and I kind of kicked them into the next county. And then my mom told me that is what you had to do. So then I apologized to the postman's family. And I apologized for writing "The Postman is a Great Big Liar" in spray paint on the football field. I have issues, I think. I think I'm gonna join the big guy down on the ground there with the crying. I think I've just had a self-realization. Move over, buddy. We're gonna have a cry party. Population, be it you.